What's up, everybody? Kafka here, and today we got some big updates coming on June 17th. That is Monday. These are coming out. You could read about them today, but we're going to go over them today. So we're going to go over just the basic updates, and then when we get to the Sorc updates, we're actually going to show what this can impact. So stick around. This is going to be a really good video to watch. I'm really excited about some of the changes that are actually going to be taking place. So first off, they are increasing the potion healing. So you're going to actually get more on the minor, 100% more on the light and moderate, and then the strong, major, greater, superior are actually going to be 200% increase. So cool stuff there. The legendary aspect of a protector got buffed from 30 to 20 seconds, so not something anyone really probably uses. But then we got some buffs to uber uniques, the ones that are mainly important. And Dario's Visage, the Nova spawns on the enemy instead of the player. That is a huge increase, and the damage is increased by 50%. So there is going to be some cool builds for Sorc with the Dario's Visage that we're definitely going to be trying out. So make sure you like and check out Kafka's videos, because we're going to have all of them coming. Oh my gosh, it's so excited. So we got the Ring of Scarlet Skies. It's increased now an extra 10% damage, and then also more cost reduction. So that is going to be fantastic as well. And then Terrell's Might got a buff. I can't believe that this got a buff as well. All right, so you know Paragon tree, where sometimes you don't get the extra bonus on the legendary nodes. Well, rare nodes are going to give you, that's going to cost less to actually get that you want to increase. So I'll give you an example real quick. I'll give you an example. Let's go into, all right, we're in the Paragon board and we're deep in it. So like right here, this is not a great example, but this will be green. See, it says 538 out of 610. Well, being only 60 instead of 90, I will get this stat. So that could change some of the way we run the Paragon tree. This one right here, I don't have 710 dex, but I will get this. So we're going to really play around the Paragon tree when this updates as well, to try to maximize the damage or the actual rare nodes that we actually have. So I'm excited about that too. That is going to be really good. All right, so that is a really good change. A huge win. So then we're going to go into the class specifics. Obviously going to go right down to Sorc, because that's what we be, baby. So going right down to Sorc, and then we can talk about what all this stuff means and how it could affect the different builds. Man, I am excited to try some stuff out. All right, so first thing, Ice Armor. Basically what Ice Armor used to do is only take your base amount of health. Now it's going to take 25% of your maximum health. So if you are stacking HP and maximum and health, you are going to have huge barriers. So there could be some temerity synergies here. This could be insane with Ice Armor temerity. You might, the flame shield, I think they were like, we're not going to nerf flame shield, but they're like, we might not even need it now. Like the flame shield might not even be needed at all. So shimmering teleport is 4 seconds now, and then incinerate gives you some more damage reduction when you cast incinerate. So, all right, so there is some passives. So we'll go into it now. So we're going to talk about all the passives that are changing. We'll go into the screen here and skills. So first off, potent warding. So this is actually getting increased 2, 4, and 6. So you're gonna get some more resist to be a little bit more tanky. Cannon is gonna be less damage taken. So glass cannon got a huge buff. So it's only 2, 4, and 6. See, it's at 9% now. And then if you put on a glass cannon amulet or use Raiment of the Infinite, it's going to be a lot less. So Raiment of the Infinite just got buffed, and then an amulet with glass cannon also got buffed as well. So line the elements, where's that at? Line the elements is 3 seconds now instead of just 2 seconds. We don't really put points into that, so that's not that big a deal. Conduction right here. Your critical strikes with shock skills increase your movement speed 3%. Who cares about that? But they did buff it to almost 12% now when it's max. So 12%, and the duration is 4 seconds. So that's actually cool. Execution 5% less damage for 5 seconds after being critically strike. This is actually going to 18%. So it's going to be 6, 12, 8. So that's very good. We got a buff as well Warmth is going to actually heal more by the burning enemies, so that's actually a huge win. But this is probably the most exciting thing because this got a buff, so any of your fireball builds or meteor or anything like that, so instead of 3% base on inner flames, it's 4, 8, 12. You could get the there's a staff of endless rage that has inner flames on it. You get a neck with inner flames, so you could get a lot of stacks of inner flames now and do a lot more damage, especially on like a fireball build. So that's going to be really, really cool. And overflowing energy, so the overflowing energy now is increased to 0.35. Enemies increased to 0.35, so that's actually going to be really good for be really good. Okay, the build that we're gonna make, it's the cameo build because they buffed the cameo and they buffed chain lightning, so it's a chain lightning cameo build. We're gonna build it, don't you worry, it's coming. Kelfka's gonna bring it. We're getting some cool stuff. And then bonus damage to avalanche. So currently avalanche does 45%, it's going up to 60%. Then the actual legendary aspect is casting twice, so 60% and it's doubled against vulnerable enemies. So this is the frozen orb buff that we so this will help out the frozen orb buffs. We're going to use avalanche. You're going to use the avalanche legendary aspect, so you're actually getting a buff to frozen orb. You're not going to use shatter, or you're going to use Estus ferocity anymore. You're going to use avalanche, and we're going to have to showcase that off too. We got a lot to show off when this comes out for sure. They buff combustion to do 4%, extra 4% per source of burning that you've applied. Man, that is crazy. So the flame weaver build is going to even do more damage. 10% on Estus ferocity, so this is something we use in the fireball build. So fireball actually got buffed as well. Any fire build that uses Estus ferocity, this is a huge buff. We got buffs to shatter, so this is now 30% instead of 25%. And then Vera's mastery, damage after critically strike is increased to 25% now instead of 20%. So that's some big buffs right there. We'll go back to the actual page so you can see all these. This is all of it. It is really good. This is some good change. They're moving in the right direction. Yeah, there's still stuff that we need to work on, but that's okay. I didn't expect such a large amount of changes for the Sorc, and this is actually really good. And the concentration aspect went up for damage reduction, which I think that's what it was on the PTR anyways. So the chain lightning aspect now is going to give 5 chain lightning. So that's why I'm saying chain lightning cameo build. It's going to be actually good. It's going to be really fun. Overall incurrence, we don't really use that, but it did go up a lot. Vera's mastery got a buff. It's tripled when fighting close enemy. Got a buff, so instead of 20 to 35% damage, it goes to 45% damage. That is a huge buff right there as well for meteor. And that's what I was talking about, the aspect of frozen memories. You're going to use avalanche with frozen orb. You're going to get extra 15% damage, and you're going to get 2 casts, because right now I would use conceited with it. So now I'll have, every time you get 1 lucky hit, which we lucky hit all the time, you're going to have 3 casts of 60% damage and doubled if it's vulnerable. So that gives you way more than conceited aspect. It is definitely the way to go. You're going to see that's going to give us some big booms. That's going to give us some big items here. Okay, so in the unique items for Sorc, you're going to see that the Flame Scar was buffed. The damage increased by 35%. I tried it. It never worked for me, so we'll see if it does. And then I was talking about the Asidora's Overflowing Cameo. That's the cameo chain lightning build we're going to build. Finishing the fireball build, and then we're going to run that build after that. That build is going to be good. Damage increased by, for every 100 is increased from 50 to X to 60X. So currently I was getting 800X multiplicative damage with this. I know it doesn't proc that much. You can leave a comment, you say it doesn't proc that much, but I think the explosions are going to be absolutely insane because you're just going to stack a ton of intelligence And once you stack that intelligence, 60x damage, 10% more, that's going to be so much damage. It's going to be big bombs blowing up everything, and chain lightning aspect, it's going to be so good. And then we'll have to test the Staff of Endless Rage, because Staff of Endless Rage has inner fire on it, so you're going to get like ranks of inner fire if you have it on a GA, which increases by a ton of damage. So that's like X, and then it's another 70x there, so you're actually going to get about 88x damage using that. I don't think, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And then Gloves of the Illuminator got buffed, so that also means that Fireball got buffed as well in this aspect. So Fireball got buffed with Inner Flames and Gloves of the Illuminator. That's 2 buffs for them. And maybe this staff, we're going to try it out and see. But those are some good changes. I can't wait to play on the 17th and test all these out, because I think that it is going to be some good stuff. And if you look at the bottom here at the end, they have adjusted the health and damage levels of like Piers 60 and up, because they want people to be able to get a bunch of masterworking in, especially before the season's over. They want everyone to enjoy it and play it. So we're going to see how far we could get, man. We're going to have 3 different builds. We're going to be playing the Frozen Ore build still. We got the Fireball Sork, and the Fireball Sork's getting buffed. And then we're going to do the Chained Lightning Overflowing cameo build, and that might use Endario's Visage, because the Uber Unique just got buffed. The Ring of the Scarlet Skies got buffed. Lots of good stuff that's going to help out Sork, and we're excited. Also, the Tormented bosses got their health reduced by 30%, so that is actually pretty good too. Stuff for the Sork. Sork's got a W. Fixed the issue with the Holy Bolts for Necros. Sorry, Necros. Didn't fix the issue with inviting people to groups. Could we fix that issue? That is like, come on, baby. We play with teammates. We play with friends. We got Chops, Mini Tops. We got everybody in the group. Steve-O, come on. We got people joining. We need to fix the grouping issue, man. Come on. All right. Anyways, that's all I have for the updates. You're obviously going to see a lot playing the update. Man, we got live streams on Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube or Twitch. Links are in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe. Kafka's bringing the news, bringing the builds, bringing the Sorcerer. We'll see you in the next video.